YouTube, what's going on, guys? Not live right now. It's just you and I. Content review plus little gameplay discussions here. Update discussions for the second channel. So today's Lou Gehrig day. Shout out to my boy Lou Gehrig, my favorite first baseman in the game, usually. Bit of reputation of every year getting a card that is mediocre or mid. And they justify his Lou Gehrig day card being mid every year by it being free, I suppose. But we'll show it off. You guys can come to conclusions on what you think the card is. To me, he's better than I'd expect, but worse than anything that we should really deserve. Than he deserves, to be honest. I mean, 109 discipline's a joke. 99 durability, I get it, but come on, guys. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. I suppose he's not bad, but he's not good. And I'm just sick of getting every year a Lou Gehrig who's just meh. There's too many giveaways like that, man. He deserves better. It's Lou Gehrig. It's his day. You give him a juiced card, he still would be nowhere near the best first baseman in the game, and it wouldn't make a difference. So please, if it's the justification that it's free, just miss me with that. There are a ton of good free cards. You don't have to do them like this. We could see it right in front of our very own eyes. They know how to make good cards. They use discipline and durability to tank cards to keep them worse than paid ones or ones that are behind the grind. So that is the truth. But either way, we'll go into the moments. There are some new cards as well from a Diamond Quest that I will find. I don't know if we can. Okay, so Whitey Ford's one of them. He's actually not bad. Whitey Ford's actually not that bad. Pretty decent breaks, pretty decent numbers. 99 home runs per nine is hilarious because it's not a stat that matters, but not terrible. Not terrible. And the low walks per nine is not going to matter too much with the low velo. Doesn't get punished as much. There's Jim Tomei, who's every year Jim Tomei cards. I mean, 118 discipline is hilarious. I mean, come on, bro. I think we've had enough pinch hitter Jim Tomeis to kind of move on from that. Just kind of like, I think we could move on. But Justin Steele is a card. I was dropped. He's got pretty bad control and only 99 break on a slider. Everything else is pretty bad. 88 on the slurve. Not great. Brandon Nimmo, total Mets bias here. I actually like this. I like this card splits. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's an incredible defender and he can play left field too. I actually really like this for my Mets team. 101 discipline is hilarious. Again, and high bunt ratings for no reason. I mean, you can tell they just didn't want this card to be good, so they gave him bunt ratings. He doesn't bunt. Discipline 101 for whatever reason. It's weird. This is a B team content drop, as you can see. It's not the people who did Moonshot series. That's just my speculation. But we're not here to really discuss the content too much because I'm not live for it, so I shows that I'm not really too interested in it, but we'll hop on it, we'll do some things. Well, we talk about an update that was made to Diamond Quest specifically. Not really, it didn't say that, but it's seemingly an update to gameplay that is directed at Diamond Quest, and it's also major in part because they're trying to nerf, not an exploit, like a balancing thing that they got going on here. Excuse me, I just fell down on my chair. What am I even talking about here? So JoJo will show a picture of it. I'm terrible. We'll show a picture of it on the screen. It's a tweet. They put a live update out middle of the day, I think, which is they don't usually do that for gameplay ever. Basically what it did is that it is nerfing the success of drag and push bunts on high difficulties. They didn't mention GOAT specifically, they said high difficulties, but everyone knows it's for GOAT. And basically what they're doing in as many words, and we know this because, you know, shout out to Mills, another content creator, he's been talking about this, which is he notices a lot of people are cheesing Diamond Quest GOAT games to get, you know, better odds and farm rewards by bunt cheesing. Lineups entirely of bunt cheesers, and they're just cheesing the CPU, and that's how they're getting it done. They can't hit on GOAT the people, so they're doing that, and I understand why people did that. That's a nuke, by the way. Why people do that? Because they want to be able to get the rewards. But here's something we have to consider, because I know people are counter-arguing with, well, people are doing this because the live series collection's so expensive. Shohei Judge, yeah. Mills made this point too, and we'll show the tweet as well. When people do this and start getting more and more stubs in their inventory, it's going to raise the price of the highest priced cards in the market. If you have more stubs to spend, it's going to be inflation, right? That's what's going to happen. That's a contributing factor to the prices being high. Is it the entire reason? No, it's not the entire reason. We don't know exactly what the ratios are for what's mattering the most with that, but we know that is part of it. Do I agree with this? Would this be the change that I would make personally if I was SDS? Probably not, but they have the numbers in front of them, and if people are finishing GOAT games that shouldn't be, or there's a far too high of a frequency of bunt cheesing going on, they would know, not us. They would know, not us. So clearly it's something that's important enough to them to do that. They're trying to balance the market in a way, not have any cheesiness going on. I just think it's a tough look with the timing, and it's another thing that's done to mitigate the absolute misery that is GOAT. This is now the third update directed at making goats a tailoring the goat experience. First two were to make the PCIs bigger, including reducing shrinkage in the first update, and now they're making it so you can't bunt cheese because people are doing that because they don't want to play on Go. It's not enjoyable for them. I also specifically think they didn't mention exactly why or where these things were happening, like Goat Diamond Quest specifically, because they didn't want to maybe single out people, but also they didn't want to mention Goat again because it's just going to be fodder, or I should say actually the word would be ammunition for those who are anti-Goat, to put it on a platter and say, listen, exhibit, you know, C on why Goat isn't really great. And this is offline. I still think it should be offline, personally. I think it's a great challenge for Diamond Quest, and you know, whatever. But that's what, and I think it's the timing. It's all the timing. And granted, the one thing I'll disagree with Mills on this is that he says he thinks it could be something that could done pretty. The reason why, because he was countering with, like, someone said to him, out of all things they need to be doing, they're doing this, like anti-consumer. I guess you can call it that. I don't really know if it's the case, because it objectively does benefit the consumer to mitigate inflation in their game. But his response was, it could have been something that could be adjusted quickly. That's why they did it. I don't know if I agree with that.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Because I am on the one side of the coin where I think it is they struggle big time. Not really a hot take with anything that is remotely involving gameplay or adjusting things. It takes them forever. So it's hard for me to say that and then go, well, they could just fix bunting odds really quickly. Unless he could be right. If this is something they've been cooking up for a while, maybe they knew from the beginning people were cheesing with bunting. I don't know.
2-2 the count.
But it's optics. A lot of these things are optics, and it's timing, and it's just
3
player morale.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna get into content right now.
All ones the count.
Popular topics right now in the community, all the way from the bottom, you know, of the barrel players, like who really can't hit at all in the game, to those who can hit at the highest level. There's two things that are kind of dominating. And it's, live series collection is ridiculously expensive for people, and it's only getting worse with opportunities to make stubs. You can't, I mean, 10 wins have to be better in BR. They're not enough, 90 plus in circulation. And GOAT. Those are two things. And now this is the intersection point between the casual and the tryhard, which is the casuals were exploiting GOAT to bunt cheese, the farm stubs, because it was too difficult. I'm like the most casual top-rated player, I promise you I am. I guess if you want to put me in that camp. We have been campaigning to get GOAT Online removed. So now we have a mutual interest. Now, I think a lot more people are going to get on the remove GOAT train because their stub making method, their ability to play Diamond Quest on GOAT has been now removed. So that's just going to strengthen the coalition against GOAT. We'll see. Where do I stand right now in MLB The Show? I'm going to be totally point blank with you guys. Honest to goodness, man. I am completely burnt out. I am tired and annoyed with their content model. You know, I warned people that I think that if it gets too popular, double XP and double PXP is going to start being elevated as content, pitched as content. And I'm right. They're putting it on schedules now. It's being grouped into messages on Twitter where they're saying literally they're saying so much content, and the first thing is listed as double XP weekend. Experience points have been in video games for how long now? Doubling that is not content. You are just expediting the carrot chasing that we always do anyways. And it's great, I love it, but it's an extra thing. It's not content, it's a nice bonus. Same with double PXP, which I also really love too. I would actually go out on a limb and say that content, if you do PXP where it's 5 times for homers, or if you're doing a speed program or speed theme drop and it's 5 times PXP for steals and triples, I would get close enough to say that might even be considered content because it's altering the way we play the game. It's rewarding you for different play style. It's helping you, you know, it's incentivizing you to want to go get other cards that actually fit the bill of a speedster. So I'd go that far. PXP's closer, especially when it's themed, but as it stands on its own, no. So I'm burnt out from that, and Weekend Classic takes too long to happen. When it does happen, it's not really regulated, and the rewards stink. Ranked is pointless. You make World Series in 4 games if you make it once because you're back at 700. BR stinks, event stinks. I'm just in that place right now. I'm not really too high in the game because I think that it doesn't even matter to an extent if they drop really good content. And it's because there's no new place to play it, the game, or any new way to interact with the game. I'll say this once again, and I'll stop saying after this, but my suggestion, events that are themed to the program drops with an event reward. BR rewards, 10 win rewards have to be better. You don't need a BR program, and you have to hone the all-star experience and make it less offensive in BR, 1 less diamond, I think. Just my thoughts. No supercharge either. Hot take, but I'll put that out there. Ranked, shorter seasons, or alter the structure of the path because 700 to 800 is completely pointless. Legend being only 100 points is sad. 1,000 has to be better cards. They have to be +3s across the board compared to regular World Series rewards if you want to make that reward worth your time. Weekend Classic has to be every 2 weeks, and the rewards have to be better. Point blank, that's where you start. That's where you start. Every themed program drop, like Moonshot, how it was all offense. If you're going to do a defensive program, make it so there's defensive PXP or speed, make it, 5 times PXP for steals, triples, all that kind of stuff. You have to start thematically relating your game's content to the gameplay. It has to happen. If you guys play Genshin Impact, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you don't, let me quickly explain it. What they could do in Genshin Impact, I'm going to start a diamond quest real quick. What they do in Genshin Impact to change up the gameplay loop, even though nothing quote unquote changes about their game functionality wise, for the most part, is this. What they do is they have 2 endgame content modes called Spiral Abyss and Imaginarium Theater. Imaginarium Theater, excuse me. We'll focus on Spiral Abyss now because it's kind of the same thing with the other one. I'll just focus on one. Spiral Abyss, every time it resets, like every month I think, there's a different theme. So maybe one Spiral Abyss theme is that you get 50% extra damage if you use cryo elemental skills, ice skills. The next one will be if you do plunging attacks, 20% extra crit rate on it. That causes you to build up characters you have in your account, level them up, get them their skills honed. So now you have a team ready for a plunging team, a team ready for a cryo team, a team ready for a pyro team, which is fire. That's what you could do with MLB. Reward people, incentivize them to build their binder, right? So when the time comes for an event, for a program where you have to utilize these theme teams, events that you need to build teams, you have it ready and you feel that sense of purpose, the fulfillment, and that dopamine hit from preparing and from having a deep account. Now, this game has not been different for 5 years. It is get your best 9 and use them all the time, and theme teams are on you and they're fun, but there's no real reward. The rewarding for that is no fulfillment. Right? It's very easy because it's out there right now. It's not, they already stole roguelites. Diamond Quest is a roguelite. They didn't steal it. They just emulated it. Roguelite, roguelikes, whatever you want to call it. This kind of game has existed. Runs are different every time. You have perks. You have rewards you build up. If you lose the run, you lose everything. This is something that's not new. And it's good that they did this idea. They took this idea because it's awesome. It works for a reason. So now, guys would really benefit from kind of dipping your toes into other areas and copying other game styles. That being one of them, that kind of style. So that's where I am at that. I'm not gonna do this whole Diamond Quest. I kind of wanted to just break everything down and talk to you about how things are. So that's what I would do to fix this. And these are little things. It's part of content road mapping, is making sure things line up. It's not like a hot take. Some people are saying the power keeps going too slow, and one way I see that and one way I don't. But I think chase packs are too often. They're dropping once a week. It's too much. You can't keep up. And yeah, I really think a lot is riding on this Weekend Classic coming Friday. I was really disappointed with this most recent content drop on Friday. The only things that were dropping were Spotlight, which was mid, and it said that the best part of it is next week when you get the Spotlight rewards. And then the other thing was hop in, grind 3 moments and 1 mission for Sammy Sosa that you can get in 30 days. That was a disgrace. That's not weekly content. That's not content at all. That's embarrassing. Your content can't be hop on and play on a Friday so you can get ready for next week. That's called busy work. I'm not interested in being the overachieving student who's preparing for the finals 6 weeks in advance. I'm interested in playing a video game that's fun and hopping on immediately and enjoying it. But when you construct a content model that is entirely based around grind, same way, get card, use card, same game modes, and no difference, like that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. So yeah, I'm not trying to ruin your experience, guys. I'm not even going to tell you what I think is true or not. I'm just telling you how I feel about the game right now. And I do think a lot of my gameplay experience being in the negative side lately is also hampered by the flooding, the epidemic of bot accounts. Jojo, we can add my tweets in here showing it. I'm not joking, guys. On either one of my accounts, my 800, 900 account or my 1,000 plus rated account, I start off the day by getting flooded with bot accounts. What are bot accounts, you may ask? They're accounts that belong to services that sell boosting, right? You pay for the services and they boost you by giving you free wins, or they let you boost your stats or whatever. They're everywhere on Xbox. They're everywhere. Even if I have crossplay on, I instant match them. My queues take 30, 45 minutes and they start bricking my console where it freezes my game. And then I finally get into a game after a while and I have to play on GOAT. And 2 out of 3 games I play run like garbage online. It's just a little frustrating. So I've been playing other stuff. I've been doing other things. I have other content planned, playing Switch 2 when it comes out. I have it ready to go. I'm going to be making content for that. I'm just in a frustrated spot. It's damn near impossible to play their game, right? Literally the other day, I think it was either yesterday or the day before, I hopped on, got 30 minutes straight of nonstop bots. I think it was like 13 or 15 bot accounts in a row. Finally got in, right? Played a GOAT game on hell. Got out of the GOAT game, went to the main menu, got a main menu freeze where it bricks the game and you have to close app and then go back in. And then I got it again. And then I got like 10 more bots and then I hopped in and it was like another lag fest and I ended up just quitting the game. I was like, all to record one video, it took like 2 hours and I played like 6 innings. It was so bad. I was like, I can't do this right now. Like The floor is so low, it is literally just let me play your game, and I can't. So the reason why I'm talking about this is I think it's definitely impacting my experience of MLB The Show, but I want to know where you guys are at. Because Scan's tweet, Jojo, if we could put this up here, I'm sorry, it's a lot of that, but Scan's tweet, where he broke down the dichotomy of why Ultimate Team modes and Diamond Dynasty is generating fatigue for those who play all the time and those who don't play at all, it's perfect. It is just damned if you do, damned if you don't, double-edged sword, poison, catch 22, right? Like, it's literally, if you're playing consistently like they want you to, you never feel like you're getting fulfilled because they're just not doing enough to keep up with the pace. And if you don't play, because what they do drop is not really great, a lot of it's store forward. And if you don't play at all and you haven't kept up, you're just so far behind, you don't even feel like playing catch up. You just don't, you'd rather not play. And I get it. I think live service fatigue is real, but let me know what you guys think. We're gonna finish this little showdown here. I'm curious to get like your pulse on the game overall, but I'm not gonna force it, man. I'm gonna play when I want to, make good content. And if I don't have fun, I'm not having fun with the game, turn it off, man. I'm playing through Astrobot right now, game of the year on PlayStation, bro. It is awesome. I'm having a great time. I can't wait for the Switch 2. I have other games that I've been playing. I've been playing with my fiance, the Switch games. There's just too many good games out now to be worried about feeling like you're trapped or you're married or you're like you're in a marriage, an unhappy marriage with a game that you don't really want to play. Like, you love what you used to love, right? It's like literally kind of a pretty morbid analogy here. It might be a little extreme, but it's hyperbole for the sake of making the point here. This game is like if you were married to somebody who, like, originally when it first started, you were in love with that person. It was going really great. You guys are having so much fun. And you're still in that marriage and you're hoping that things will change and go back to the way that they were, but it's just not gonna hit the same. You either gotta deal with what it is now and accept it for what it is and move on, or just divorce this shit and get out of here. So that's up to y'all and up to anybody, down to the individual player themselves. For me, I love this game when I love this game.
Fresh perks. Get your fresh perks.
I love this game when I feel like I am playing it tailored to my experience, which is when new shit that interests me comes out, make a team around this and play. If it don't work, turn it off. Turn it off, baby. That's it. So I'll leave you guys with this. Said it today on stream, but I love this quote. Can't control the way the wind blows, but you can control what you do with your sails. You drive the boat, baby. You steer the boat. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and you guys let me know how things are, all right? I'll catch you soon. Peace.